people are mad because they're too busy trying to make people their idols.
Yeah, I was about to say what clicked for you, but yeah.
From the time you're trying to idolize another person, you've done it all wrong.
Yeah.
Welcome, guys. You're now locked into another episode of TheCensoredPodcast, hosted by yours truly, Milene Sophia.
And yours, Tiwa.
Welcome, guys and girls.
Guys is very generic.
It is.
It's very generic.
Well, it depends.
It's very generic.
I'm saying, obviously, some people will allow them to get offended by it, but really and truly, guys has been a generic term to use for both.
Like, if I'm like, oh, come on, guys, I'm not specifying.
Not hear it, but nowadays you can't really do that too tough.
It would shock you because who's going to stop me? Like, I haven't said guys is very. I haven't come across anyone that comes offended by me saying guys or like see any offense to it, if that makes sense. And then we go from there. But yeah,
let's get it started.
I don't have a riddle. I've got my last riddle though.
You have to. It's been a month. You've had a month to get a riddle ready.
First of all, we decided to record like 3-4 hours ago.
It doesn't matter.
Don't do that because when you came on, you didn't come up with a fun fact. I didn't attack you.
I always have a fun fact.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Go check the last episode.
And I gave you something.
No, you didn't.
I gave
what
you
did you give me?
in my head. I can't remember.
Exactly.
We'll check though.
Okay.
I'll put it.
Yeah.
And then what happens? What happens if I'm right?
No, you're not right. You did.
What happens if I'm right?
Your words was, I don't have a fun fact today. Oh, no.
I gave something same way. I know.
We'll find out.
Fun fact. Adrenaline you can actually get from the chemist. So
we'll find out later.
My fun fact for today is that elephants are the only mammals that can't jump.
Oh, okay.
Literally.
How did you come across that? You searched it up? Or were you talking to someone about it?
No, I think I might have been on Instagram.
And it just came up?
Well, I could have been watching one of those Planet Earth documentaries.
Do you watch them?
Sometimes. Sometimes. I think I've told you already the chimpanzee one.
I think so.
I forgot what it's called, but it's on Netflix, and they literally just is it 4 series?
Yeah, I remember
series.
You told me to watch it.
About chimpanzees and how they can be so territorial, and then they're killing this guy to come and catch that guy. Actually, quite nice to watch. Same way, that's my fun fact.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this one. I'm not too much of a fan of them, but my last one I gave was, if you remember, what is a door? When is a door no longer ajar? I lied.
The answer is ajar.
Ajar. It says, when is a door no longer a door?
When it's ajar.
Yeah. That's good. I said it the wrong way around. And then
when is a door no longer ajar?
Yeah. And then the other one that I have for today, I don't think I've done this one, is what animal turns about 200 times around its axis after it dies?
What animal turns 200 times?
About 200 times around its axis after it dies. I'm going to punch you in your face.
English is hard for you today.
English is hard for me to pass mark, mate.
Why?
Because since I got my teeth, like, we were talking outside, yeah, and then I wanted to say romance. I was saying romance. Romance.
English has always been hard for you.
Nah, don't do that. Nah. But yeah, it's been a bit techie.
I don't know the answer.
Well, you find out when they find out.
I guess so. Which will be soon.
Finger crossed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How are ya?
Not too bad. Getting there. How are ya?
Good.
Work?
Good. I've started my long days now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm chilling.
She gets more days off now.
I work 12 hours now though, but...
Yeah, you still putting in the hours, you just get more rest days. I say that,
a lot more rest days.
Yeah.
Like this week, I'm off, 4 days in a row?
Yeah.
If I wanted to go away.
Good.
Don't even need annual leave.
Be out. Deuces.
Honestly.
Deuces. It works in your favour because your annual leaves can work out in 100%.
Ways. Yeah. And because I've been here long enough and I'm cutesy with the manager, so it's like I can sit down with her and be like, I'm going to take these days off and then these are annual leave. And then, it's not
as long as it's given enough notice.
And as long as I do my hours for the month, it ain't a situation at all.
Yeah, it makes sense, to be fair. It makes sense.
But we've gone quiet, travelling wise.
Yeah, I think life comes across you fast, isn't it?
It does.
It's like
I want to go on. No, honestly, I want to go on holiday, but it's not. I'm not itching for it anymore.
I am, but I'm not. It's not like...
Not to a certain extent where it would have been booked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I am, but I'm not. No, I am, but I'm not. Like, it's a thing where I still do want to try and hit a few countries. I know I'm still trying to do 30 before 30. That much I know I'm still trying to do.
We only have a few left, really and truly.
Yeah. I checked recently. I got 8.
8 to do.
Yeah, I got 8 to do. I got 8 to do.
Yeah, but 8 you can, if you really want to do it, you can get done.
Yeah, 100%. But it's not a big fact.
You got 4 years?
Yeah, just about.
And you're going to do another 2 this year?
Yeah, about 2.
Nigeria doesn't count.
Nigeria don't count, but I feel myself doing probably fitting one little Europe one there that I haven't done. Yeah,
exactly. And then just another 2 next year until your birthday.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Like, I know we can do done that.
Yeah, I do want to do 30 before 30 as well.
Like that one I 100% want to do. But I feel like it's just other priorities. Like, I can't lie. Just trying to, I don't know. I will go back to it, but not yet. Not yet. I need to sort a few things out, settle it down, get it there, but giving myself this year, next year, and then we'll see how it goes after that. To be fair, kind of like I'm just taking it as it comes.
Yeah, honestly, because I say this now and I'm out traveling again.
Because you see me on the plane next month, don't ask me questions. Because when London starts to do something, I'll be like, yeah.
When London starts Londoning.
Because it gets to me. But speaking of seasons, I was thinking about, do you have like a season that when you're about to come to the season, it makes you put you in some kind of mood? So like come like, I won't say season, I say month for me. So come like May, June, I'm in that bit of a flowing month. Like I'm good one day, the next day I'm not good. But I've realised like it's during the month.
What is this consistently every year happens?
Like for like almost 2-3 years now. So it's like, would you
think this is as you've started working as a teacher?
Probably. I don't think so. But I see why you'd say that.
Because that's when you started.
But I don't think so. Because usually I'm more excited because we're closer to 6 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. These last few weeks.
But then I was thinking about it, but more like, is it because I'm closer to a new age each time as I've gotten older, after 25, as I'm getting older, I'm realising, and then maybe because, like, at the end of the day, we can't help it but set goals for ourselves.
Yeah.
So when you set goals and then you're coming to that age and you're just like, I haven't hit a goal, or I haven't got close to a goal that I'd like to, it's a bit like, we got a bit... Then I'm like, I'm all right. Like, no, I'm doing all right. And then I'm like, nah, you could be doing a bit more. Then I'm like,
I think it's the idea of how like every year I get older. Like I'm getting older and older. But the goals that I set from younger, I'm not hitting them. But to be fair, it's like everyone has these big goals when they're younger, and then when you come to realize life is just, it doesn't run like that. It's good to set goals, and
100%.
And to be fair, you can always reach those goals. If I really wanted to, those goals could have been achieved. But is it the right way to do it? Is it the what's the word I'm trying to think of?
There's like, you have to set yourself realistic goals. That's what I say. Don't set, because for example, I don't know what I have, like on my Insta. I had Insta for time. I didn't realize. So I had like things archived in it. So I was going through my archive, and one of my archives said, it was like, when I'm 21, I want to be playing in the WNBA. I want to do that. Like, it literally said, and it was on my Insta, like, when I'm 21, I'm going to be playing in WNBA and I'm going to be playing for LA Sparks. That's literally what, and I was crazy because I think I made that when I was like 14, 15. And I was like, I just about want to touch a basketball on a normal day now. So but things like that, but that right there, during that age to me, that was realistic because I didn't know what life was, innit? Because I was still living under my mum. I was playing basketball. People were telling me you're good. People, they just want to make you feel good, innit? Teachers were telling you you're good. You could potentially go somewhere with it if you did it. And I was just looking at it. I was just like, God damn. And I found one of my notes. I don't know where they all come from, but this was a note like long time ago. And it said, by the age of 26, you would have your own house, you'd have your own
married,
bro,
having your first child at the age of like 27, 28.
Because that was definitely one of the goals, and I was just like, but I'm not even, certain goals I'm not even mad I didn't hit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it happened for a reason. And then I have like no reason to be mad about it. It's just like, yes, that's what I said. Come May, June, it's a bit
No, I hear it.
It's a bit floaty.
But then it's like, can I really be mad at not reaching a goal if I haven't really tried to even reach the goal?
Yeah, but what if you've tried to reach the goal?
It's if you've tried, then that's when it's a bit tricky.
No, I don't think I've tried to. I don't know. I haven't really set myself goals recently. Like, I go as it goes.
Free flow.
Listen, because one, it's not that I'm scared of disappointment, but I don't want to be disappointed at the same time. Because at the end of the day, it's not that my goals have got nothing to do with people. So no one will be disappointing me. I'll be disappointing myself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more like, why am I about to give myself a headache? Like, why am I doing that to myself? It doesn't make sense to me. So, but it's just that kind of. So I was thinking maybe you had like a season or a month that feels that way.
No.
Especially this way. Maybe making you feel some type of way. Last week it was good. Yesterday it was raining.
No, I don't think there is a specific time or month.
Yeah, it's May and June for me. And then half term comes and I'm like, alright, cool.
Well, I said I'm getting older, tough.
I mean, we're not meant to get younger. Did
you read into the Sasha thing I sent?
I didn't read into it, but I went to look at it and like saw a few things, give background to people that don't know.
So this is not really us talking in aspect of her life. It's more sort of generic, the whole thing that's happened. So there was this influencer called Sasha, and she had a B.A.B. with Krept from Krept and Conan, and that all happened. They broke up, and then she went on this journey of finding God. So she found God. She went on this religious journey. Everything she snaps about, everything she really posts is very God orientated. It was nice to see. But then recently, she's put up a post that she's pregnant.
Excuse me.
She seems heavily pregnant.
Yeah.
So a lot of people getting onto her in the comments saying, how can you talk about God? How can you talk about doing this when you've gone and gotten pregnant again out of wedlock? Like, you're not married. You haven't really followed the Christian ways. Like, you scream out, how can you do this? How can you do this? How can you do this? And then there's other people obviously saying that shit happens, innit? And then there was a comment that someone wrote that initially I was like, when I first saw it, I kind of agreed with what people were saying.
Yeah, you read
my initial thing, because it was like, I don't follow on Instagram, but I have thing on Snapchat, innit?
You have on Snap.
So I have it on Snap because she just posts a lot God orientated stuff, which is which I love. I absolutely love it. Anything that can just bring me closer, that little bit closer to reading his word, understanding his word. Sometimes she puts up sermons that are nice. Honestly, so if I'm following someone, I want someone who's like-minded to me. Things are going to happen with me. So, as she's done this, it was all God orientated. So she's put up the post, and a lot of people, like I said, were saying, how can you tell you're a hypocrite? And someone commented, anyone mad is just mad because this is what happens when you make people your idol and not Christ or God. Sasha is imperfect like we all are, but her salvation is not based on her works. The Bible literally says that we should aspire to like and look up to God and nobody else. So when I read that, my thoughts completely changed. It completely, from the time she said, people are mad because they're too busy trying to make people their idols. Yeah,
I was about to say what clicked for you, but yeah.
From the time you're trying to idolize another person, you've done it all wrong. Yeah. You've done it all wrong. It's one thing to aspire to what someone has done. There's one thing to really admire something someone has done. But to idolize them, to idolize someone is to literally say, this is who I worship.
Yeah.
This is who I worship. This is everything for me. What they're doing is my blueprint.
But that's the footstep I want to follow.
Literally. But that's far from what you should be doing. Because no one's perfect. For me to idolize someone, I ought for them to be, perfect or damn near perfect. So that what I'm following from them is everything I need in my life. Nothing should go wrong if I follow what they did. Because what they did, everything is right. So from time people are getting mad, they get mad because they idolized her. Yeah. They saw her putting out God-orientated content, which is nice and it's good to follow, but she's still human. So just because she's told you to do something doesn't mean she was wrong for saying it. And then I was sat on it and I dwelled in it, and I'm like, not everything I was like to myself, just because someone's giving you some advice and they don't actually take it doesn't mean it's wrong advice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can tell you, going across that street when it's a red light for you could potentially get you killed, but I still do it. Does not mean the advice is wrong. I've just not followed the same advice.
Yeah.
So just because I'm being a hypocrite, don't mean I'm wrong. Do you get it? So just because she's told you, follow God, save yourself, do all of this, that's not wrong advice. If that's what you want to do and that's what you follow, that's not wrong. Just because she didn't end up doing it does not stop the message from being wrong.
Mm-hmm.
When someone tells you a message, and that's when you have to start taking away the person from the message. So when someone who could be the worst person in the world tells you something that's good, the message is good.
Yeah.
We just have to try and find a way to take away that person from the message and just understand the message.
Mm.
So yeah, that point of idolizing her, and that's why people are mad.
Yeah, but I feel like with that, it comes to like people forget that we fall short.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
People like you said, it's all about idolizing her. Like people see her and feel like you're not allowed to fall short, but they've got to remember she's still growing.
Mm-hmm.
And when we start to picture people, or not even people, when we start to picture preachers, pastors,
mm-hmm.
to us is like, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
But what you got to realize is God is using them. They're
mm-hmm.
not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
They're ideally meant to be better than us. But the minute they make a mistake, oh my God.
100%. And that's the same point. People tend to idolize their preachers and their pastors. But it's God working for them.
Yeah.
If you read the Bible, the New Testament of Jesus and all the people around him and Paul and Peter and everyone who wrote the letters, they fell short somewhere as well.
Mm-hmm.
God, from time to time in the Bible, it says people fall short all the time.
And that's why
to think that because she's a celebrity and she's out there, that she's not going to fall short. That's
like
silly.
Not to put her in that category, but technically, it's like putting her in like a preacher's category. It's like, okay, you're a preacher that's single, but now you're pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What are you trying to preach out there? That this is normal. Well, she fell short.
Honestly.
She literally
does
just
not
fell
stop
short.
her message from being wrong.
Yeah, she fell short. And just because she fell short, don't mean what she's saying is wrong.
Yeah.
And don't mean what she's still trying to do is wrong. Before you told her, she knew she fell short.
And I think that's what kills in you inside as well. So obviously me being, a woman of faith and a believer of God, sometimes I kind of hold myself back in saying stuff when it comes to God, because it's like people look at you and they're like, you don't live a full Christian life.
It's funny you say that.
But it's like, that doesn't stop the fact that I know, my faithful journey. I know what God's all about, and I know how great God is and how much He has done for me, how much God has done for me, and how much God can do for you too. So it's like, it just makes you feel bad, even though you shouldn't, even though you should never feel bad, and I should never feel bad. But sometimes it's like, you just hold back. You're like, you know what? I ain't even trying to have those judgy eyes on me right now. I get it,
but then it's a thing where if you need to get His word out there, you need to get His word out there.
100%.
If you need,
100%. And I pray she doesn't ever stop doing it.
Because even then, like, funny enough, we had this conversation at work, innit, today, and some guy was like, how one of his boys said it's Christian, and he just burst out laughing.
See?
Because he was like, you! He was like, you!
That's so demobilizing.
I said, oh, but I said to a certain point, and right now I said, he just falls short.
Yeah.
Like, he just falls short.
And the thing is, I can't even play victim here because I've had those thoughts about people as well. I've said to myself, like, I've seen you have these conversations and I've seen you boast about God and everything's God. And then I see you do this or you've done this. And it's like...
You're not thinking people are thinking about you that
No, and that's what I said. I'm not trying to play victim because I'm not a victim in this situation, because if I've done the same, of course people are going to do the same to me. Mm-hmm. We're all humans. At the end of the day, we judge each other one way or another. Whether we try not to, there's another way. Obviously, at the end of the day, I stop myself and be like, you know what? God works in mysterious ways. You know what? It's none of my business. Because I ain't perfect. And it's like, it's not like I've gone to their face and I've told you, you are a hypocrite. You do like, this is just me and my personal thoughts, and I've kept it to myself. And I've then, said, you know what? It's none of my business. And it's like I said, I'm not playing victim. I'm not a victim because I do the same shit as well. But then again, it's like, yeah, it's just not nice. It's not something nice to do. And there's one thing saying it to yourself, and there's one thing going at someone about it. It's like, hold on. Don't go at me because you're not perfect.
Yeah.
You're not perfect. And I think that whole situation, I liked it because she came out, she said, this has happened. That doesn't mean I'm not still in the journey that I'm doing. I'm still doing everything.
If she wasn't in a journey, she wouldn't need God anymore. Let's be realistic. If we all thought, bro, I'm perfect, why are you still going to church if we're being realistic? Like, why are you still going to seek him? Why are you still going to try and find him? Why do you still want to learn his work? Because at the end of the day, you leave church, someone can piss you off right there.
And you're cussing them already.
Effing this, effing that. You take that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
We're humans. We're not perfect. Like, that's why we keep seeking him, because we're just not, without him, we ain't going far. Like, we can't help it. I can go to school today. I promise you 80% of the time I cuss at 1 or 2 kids, and then I go about my business. God forgive me and God forgive them. Because I don't have I'm not you. I don't have the patience you have. Honestly. And this is why I'm trying to grow to be better. Yeah. I'm never going to be perfect because I'm trying to grow to be better. Because I was just like, along them lines where, because speaking of perfect, because I was like, see someone, I was like, I will forgive you. I will never forget.
Mm-hmm. You said this many times.
And no, because one of the person was like, in the Bible, it doesn't say anything about forgive and forget, which is true.
No, it does. It says forgive 77 times 7. Yes,
but it doesn't actually say forget if we're actually being... I don't know. Yes. So we went searching. We sat there, went searching. Everything we read all said forgive. Nothing ever said forget. But if we're being specific in the I think it was... I can't remember the verse exactly. If I remember, I'll put it up there. It was something, it was in Isaiah, but I don't remember what specific verse. And then in Isaiah basically said something about forgive, but the word that was used didn't say forget, but that's what it meant. Which is why I said, okay, we've taken forgive and forget from the Bible, but it actually never says it, but it's implicated something along them lines. Because bring me back to her, because if she does anything again, so like now she's having a baby, it's not going to stop her from preaching what she's doing. Like she's going to, maybe people will still say things at her because people will.
Yeah.
But if she makes another mistake, people will then bring it back and be like, so for example, someone's forgiven her that she's not, even though they shouldn't be forgiving her.
What's your business?
Long story short, someone's forgiven her. She's gone back. She's started doing following whatever. Then she does something else. Remember when you...
So now it's just adding up. Mistake. They'll
tell you, I did not forget because... But along them lines, they will forgive her. They will let it go, because at the end of the day, I feel like if you're idolizing someone, you ain't got nothing better to do with your life. Like, why are you so... I can be into your life for a minute or even 30 seconds while I'm reading what I'm reading.
Yeah.
As soon as I'm out that page...
That's it, done for.
Could I give it
And I think the people that are mad are... It's like, okay, cool. You know when you just follow someone's word to the T, and you're like, I'm doing it, and you're probably missing out on a lot.
Because so you're taking what you're taking.
Exactly, you're missing out. As in like, okay, cool. As in like, so let's say someone's telling me, for you to make money, you have to sacrifice going out.
Yeah,
you have to sacrifice.
Yeah,
you can't go out.
Yeah.
Stay here. Do this. Then you see them go out. They're going out to jail, and you're like, but you're telling me to sacrifice, but you're not sacrificing. And it's like, you're so busy following what they're doing, not realizing that the sacrifices you made are actually working out for you.
Yeah.
But you're like, I'm not going to forgive you because you're telling me this.
And you're doing the exact same thing.
And then there's the other side, people are quick to forgive because they're the ones also going out.
Yeah.
So like, I hear what you're saying, but I'm also falling short. So, you know what? You can do what you want. Go get pregnant, because me too, I got pregnant when I wasn't married. So I can't hold, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't hold you.
And some people even be like, they use that to then they use their mistakes to then, what's the word? They use their mistakes to, I can't think of the word now. To make you seem what they're doing is also right.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, she preaches God, but she did this, so I can do the same thing. No.
I hear it.
Do your own thing. Do your own thing.
Don't follow no one but the Bible.
Don't follow anyone but God, period.
Literally. And if you want to follow any word, go follow the Bible. If you can't follow the Bible, don't follow no word. Don't follow, like, literally.
Just do your own thing. Even if God is not for you, even if it's something else, do your own thing, honestly.
Don't follow people.
Following, because then when they do something that's out of what they said, you're going to feel like, but what am I doing this for? And it's not what am I doing this for.
I tell my kids, like, when they start following someone else, because you hit her, so I'm going to hit her too. I said, she jump off a bridge, you jumping off a bridge. Nah, miss, because I like my life. So why are we then following stupidity? Because if you put a hand in the fire, you put your hand in the fire. Nah, miss. So why are we following stupidity? So
sometimes the only way to know something stupid is by doing it.
No, I understand. But you know, if she falls off a bridge, you're not falling.
Yeah.
She's gonna break something. Yeah. So why are we then following the small stupidity?
Sometimes you know something stupid without even having to do it. Like, you know something's gonna hurt without doing it.
Like, you ain't gonna.
I know if I get hit by a car, I'm probably gonna hurt me.
100%. So you ain't gonna tell me to get myself in front of a car and stand there and get hit. Nah, mate, we ain't doing that.
That's the beauty about human beings and about life itself. We don't realize how unique we each are.
Without us knowing.
And how, you know, the journeys we go by is specific for us. And then trying to live someone else's journey, it's not going to work out. No matter how good it feels in the long run, you're going to feel like you're an imposter in this situation because the life's not for you.
Yeah, I hear you.
But same way, I ain't no life coach. Take what I say.
We're a work in progress.
Take what I say or don't say. We're not perfect.
No, literally.
I just speak for the sake of speaking. We're not, me and Tiwa don't do this podcast.
Listen.
We don't do this podcast.
If you follow us, don't idolize us, please. I beg you.
I promise
I fall short all the time.
We don't sit in this podcast and feel like the advice we give has to be followed. We don't feel like we're the most, you know, intellectual people in the world.
100%. We're still learning.
We don't feel like our word is the word you should take. We just speak because we want to speak.
Take it as you take it. We speak because we want to speak, and that's it.
And that's it.
That's it. Speaking to me and one of my work colleagues had a heart-to-heart the first, like, out of nowhere, it just kind of happened.
See, you have bare new friends now. I don't know if I like it.
I don't have bare new friends, but we just had a heart-to-heart, like, it was just random. It come out of nowhere. You're so annoying. Because you look so...
No, I'm not. No.
That's no. Your face turned to me and said...
As soon as I processed that you got new friends, I'm in it now. Genuinely, I'm actually
No, but it wasn't that. It was just more or less, when was the last time you were vulnerable with someone? Like, what you consider vulnerable? First of all, what do you consider vulnerable?
Well, I just sat there and splurred out my life.
Not really, but you just felt like you opened up to someone and just kind of spoke to them.
I don't know. But spoke to them about what? Is a specific topic?
Like, it doesn't have to be like...
I feel like I've been at my most vulnerable place or my most vulnerable self since I've gotten into a relationship. Genuinely. I feel like I've had vulnerable moments with you, but when you have to speak on stuff and you have to actually put your emotions out there, you can't really hide too much. You become a bit more vulnerable. So I feel like I've become a lot more vulnerable since I've gone into a relationship. But I can't tell you the last time I sat there and I was proper vulnerable. Spoke. I don't know. Must have been sometime. But I can't remember when. So what was your conversation about?
It was just about everything. It caught me off guard because right then and then I sat and I was like, I don't think I've been vulnerable with someone like this in a minute. Like, it kind of caught me off because I was like, why am I just speaking to you like this? And we don't even speak on a daily basis, but we're really cool. Like, I could just randomly call her, we have a conversation, but we don't speak day to day. We get along. So we have like a thing. I don't teach Fridays on like a weekend, whatever the situation is, on like a period 5. She teaches, but she's in the library. So we call it catch-up sessions. So we go there. We will go the whole week and not speak. We go there Friday. We come together. We have our conversation. We check in on each other. You open up about something. I'll tell you something that's happened in the week and things. But then today, she went looking for me, and then I went looking for her. But she's gone to the PE department. I've gone to her office. So as we're going looking for each other, as I'm about to leave, one of my other work colleagues walked out and she's asked for me. She's like, "Oh, she's in your office." So she's come running down. I'm looking for you. I was like, "I'm looking for you," out of nowhere. And then we had someone else in the office. So we were just talking. As soon as the person leaves, we just start talking. And then I just sat there and was like, I don't think I've been open like that with someone in a while. And it's just more like we heard each other. And it wasn't like a thing where she said, rather than I didn't know I needed to be that because I haven't been that in a while with someone, and vice versa. And we kind of just looked at each other like, yeah, let's go for a walk because we're still in lesson. It was early morning. This was like around 10 a.m. And we just sat there and I was like, I don't think I've been vulnerable with someone in a minute. Like it's been a minute. I've kind of kept myself to myself. Like I'll have conversation and just like, yeah, today's hard, whatever. But it's never been like a breakdown of just how are you? Like, not I'm fine, thank you, but how are you genuinely? Like, what's going on? Like, are you genuinely good? Is this bothering you today? Has this come up recently? This and that. And I was just like, yeah. So it just caught me to think like, when was the last time you actually, because I was still thinking about it. The closest thing to vulnerability was when we hashed something out on the plane and that was it. Bali last year.
I think there was another time. When was it?
It was all Bali.
No. But I think there's another time where I think
was
I asked
this after
you.
Bali?
Yeah, I asked you a certain question. It might have been DR when I don't think Vanessa was in the room. And I just asked you. I think it was DR. When I was booking, when I was buying your presents, and I bought Ty's presents, and I was on the phone. Yeah. I think I'd spoken to you about something. I'm not gonna say what it was about, but yeah. Okay.
Oh, that wasn't DR. Because why would you be on the phone?
No, I was booking something on the phone.
Okay.
And I think we both there was a time of month and we were both down bad. Vanessa was actually catching the tan and we're there struggling for our lives.
Probably, but yeah, the one I could remember was the plane, yeah. The Bali one. That's the only one that I could.
That was
I could genuinely remember. Like, okay, we proper hashed things out. Like, we went back and forth, called each other out, and we took it on chin, and we said, "Cool, let's be one about it." But that was like the last time I felt like it wasn't vulnerability, but we just spoke.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like with friendship, you don't just speak. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we've been out, even like, for example, when we went to the football game, and then you were like, "Oh, what's going on?"
Yeah, you're not trying to tell me.
It's like,
you're not trying to tell me.
To me, it's not the environment, it's not the time. Like, it just didn't feel...
It was just us two.
Yeah, but it didn't...
But when it comes to us, we've never needed a time. We literally sat on the plane shouting our business across. The woman even said, "I really enjoyed your therapy session." Genuinely, like, I wasn't even sitting next to her. She was behind me.
She was behind us with her mum.
I wasn't sitting next to you.
We were sitting like this. There was a gap.
Yeah, but the seat, you were a little bit behind me.
The reason I knew there was a gap, because one time I held your hand in it and then the people...
That's what I'm saying. And it wasn't even like, it was a gap, you're right next to me. You're a little bit behind, so I had to turn around and we're literally shouting at each other.
We weren't sitting like this.
No, we weren't. And it was, we're literally... The whole plane, whoever was around us could hear our business. No, and we 100%. Because we were zoned in.
I forgot there was someone next to me.
We've had moments at the restaurant. We're telling each other our business.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Care less about who's listening.
Do you know what
it is? You're telling me we're sitting here and there was literally no one around us in the football game. We could have said a conversation. You're telling me,
no, shut up. That was not vulnerability. That was more... You're trying to get stuff out.
No, it wasn't even. It wasn't. I even said to you, I don't even need to know like the ins and outs. I just want to know like the specific. You know what I'm asking right now.
But do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? You're asking for things that I already know you know, but you just want to hear it from me. Yes, you do.
The final fact that I need to know the end goal.
No, like, but you're not listening to me.
I asked you, but I didn't even ask. When I asked you,
your question was.
Hold on. I didn't ask you. I said I didn't ask you why you. I didn't ask you why you did ask it. I asked who it was with. I said that.
No,
who? Like, why the who and not the why?
No. When you asked the who,
yeah,
I told you why. I did tell you why right then and then. I never dismissed you. I told you why. But I didn't think you thought I was being serious.
I didn't know.
Exactly. You thought, you asked who, and I said this, and you said why, and I just said comfortability. Right then and there, easy. It wasn't hard. It was just, it felt natural. So I was like, all right, cool. That's what you asked. So I answered you. Because coming to you, if I come to you and I'm beating around the bush, you don't give me answers. With you, I have to come to you direct. Like, ask your question that needs, and that's what I was trying to tell you. Ask your question that needs answering. You were asking rounds in circles.
I wasn't even asking because I told you already, I didn't care for the what happened.
Okay.
Because obviously, that wasn't a time and place to have that type of specific question. That's why I didn't.
That's my point.
That's why I didn't go in hard. I just wanted to know, like, how come
when you asked that, I answered you. But I get what you mean. How come now? Because it's not to you. It kind of don't make sense. Which I get it, but it's like we can't elaborate because it still didn't feel like the right place, even though we've never had the right place. But you know, when we just have a conversation, we just have a conversation. But then just let's watch the football match. We're sorry if you don't understand what we're talking about, but it had to be. But in that aspect of things,
So yeah. So we need to have that moment.
Yeah, it's not that we need to go out of our way to be like, okay.
No, it will happen.
Because with us, when we try and sit down and have like a specific conversation that's either important to you or important to me, when we plan to have the conversation, it never happens.
I don't think we've ever actually planned to have a conversation like that.
No, we've had conversation where it's like, okay, cool. We've spoken about certain things and we're like, okay, I'll talk about it when I see you. But we don't actually do it. This is what I'm saying. I'll talk about it when I see you. Because there was a conversation we had late last year. Very, very big misunderstanding in that conversation. You know what I'm talking about, innit? Very, very, very
late big. Last year?
Is it late last year? It would have been late last year. Late last year. You were late last year. When I say late last year, I say August, September.
August. It was August.
August, September. That conversation there was the hardest because you were saying something, I was saying something, but there was no understanding. You were saying something, I was saying something, but there was no understanding. We left it there. We said, cool. We came back to the same conversation, October, November time. You were saying something, I was saying something, there was no understanding. And even up to now, I still don't think there's an understanding. We just kind of brushed it. We've left it. No one said nothing. Everyone's moved. And it is what it is. If it comes back up, it comes back up. But I didn't want to keep repeating that conversation because where there was no understanding was frustrating me even more. And it was just like, you're not understanding what I'm trying to say to you and you think I'm not understanding you, which every time that conversation happened, I get frustrated. So I said, I'm going to leave it. And then that's what I'm saying in terms of, we said, okay, when we see each other, we'll try and hash something. No one brings it up. No one says
I was just going to say, it's just, if it's not brought up, then like...
Yeah, but... It just, I don't want to feel the way I felt over text, so I don't bring it up because I didn't like that feeling because it was like, there's no way we're having a misunderstanding where we can't understand each other and right now. And it doesn't make sense to me because we've tried to have that conversation twice already over the phone. Yeah, fair enough, it was via text, might not be on a phone call, but it was still a serious conversation right then and then. But there was a lack of understanding from you and I feel like there's a lack of understanding from me. So whereas we see each other, I know it's a conversation, but I'm not bringing it up because... I'm not here for lack of understanding anymore. I'm tired. It's either we're not understanding, and if no one's ready to understand, let's leave it. Let's leave it there. And I think this is growth because we're not ready to talk about it. We're not ready to understand each other in that aspect. We leave it there. We don't need to bring it up. If you ever feel like you need to bring it up, or I ever feel like we'll bring it up because it's a conversation. But I know it can't be done over text anymore because we're going to go back and forth. I'm going to get frustrated and I'm just like, cool. And we're going to leave it there. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just trying to, too busy trying to put your point across that you're not even taking in the other person's point.
Yeah, and someone said, literally come across something today and said, you can be good at communicating, but there's no point in me trying to text you if you're not going to understand. Why are we then communicating? Because we're just communicating for communicating's sake. Because no one's getting any points across. No one's getting any understanding. We're just, okay, cool. It is what it is. Why are we doing it? Rather than asking you this time, what have you seen in terms of Christ? I want to change it up. When was the last time you went to church?
Sunday just came.
Okay. So I saw something and it said, why do you go to church?
Because, that's a good question. Why do I go to church? Okay. Give you about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Because one, it's a place of like-minded people.
Okay.
It's a place of like-minded people. I know that any conversation had in there, especially the church I go to now, I feel like I've never felt judged in any kind of way. I feel like the reverend that's there, she's always willing. She loves to see me. Every time I'm there, she's like, I'm so happy you came. You came, I'm so happy you came. And it feels good. Yeah. It feels good. It feels good to then turn to my left or turn to my right and speak with like-minded people. Obviously, there's still the people there that's going to judge you. But I don't feel like, because it's quite a small congregation, I don't feel like it's so many eyes on you, so much, there's so much pressure to do stuff. And obviously, worshipping God can be done anywhere, anytime, any place. You don't have to go to church for it, and I hear it. But just going to a place where in those 2 hours I'm there, centered around God, it's just me giving everything I can and praying and asking for his guidance. And it's just me, even if it, and sometimes I feel like it's just me and him, even if it's me and God, even if it's just a room full of people, I know that this place is a sacred place. Sacred time I'm giving to God. It's not, there's no distraction from my phone here or from there. This is the time to have with God. And it's a cherished moment. It's a cherished moment. So I don't go to church because it's a routine. I'll go to church because I know this is what I want to do. Why do you go to church? When was the last time you went to church?
2 weeks ago.
Why did you go to church?
I'd say more something similar to what you said, but more of a community base. Even though I'm one of
yeah, God. I was gonna say, may God bless you and have a good week.
I am out with quickness. You're not catching me. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know. So I'm trying. We're working on it, but I up to now. Amen. Hallelujah. I'm out the door before you open your eyes. And I feel like the only reason why I haven't fully left where I've gone is because I have someone there. She'll call or message and be like, are you coming today? Make sure you come today. Before I leave church, no, you're not leaving straight away. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about what you learn. And it's that kind of thing. And I just know that I'll go there and see people that are me in the same presence. And I know we're going to go out and make the same mistakes, but we're just going to support each other rather than judge each other. Yeah. And it's just more of it's a comfort.
Yeah.
It's a comfort. But we're working. I'm trying to make it where I have no reason not to go to church, to not stay at home now. So I'm trying to improve that. But I just don't. Yeah, I get the community aspects of it, but I don't think I want it at the moment.
No, here.
I don't like in, out. I just want to be there, be in the moment, and be out. And then sometimes I feel like I'm being read. Don't read me.
I know.
No, don't read me.
There's sermons going on. You're just like, you have to.
Like last time we went service,
Okay, just say my name then.
It was a fully, like we went, last service I went to, if I'm not correct, it was a worship service. Just worship for 2 hours, literally. It was really nice. Worship for 2 hours. And then in the 2 hours, Mola had come during the worship. She just prayed for me. After service, Mola read and I said, don't read me. Because she was literally just saying things that like, you just wouldn't say it out loud. Yeah. And I was like, why are you reading me like this? Don't read. And then I felt that's that vulnerability where I'm just like, why? Ew, leave me alone.
You need someone to slap in your face with the truth.
Nah. And it'd be people that you haven't even spoken to like that or even.
That would do it.
Yeah. But yeah. Thought I'd do something different this time.
I like it. I like it.
Go on.
Thank you guys for listening. The once a month podcast that we do.
We're getting there.
Just tune in. Sometimes, because sometimes it's just too much. We don't want to be in your face.